TDR Trade Black podcast here at the NFL Draft, presented by Gage Cannabis, the premier cannabis brand here in the state of Michigan, as we make our way into the well. This place is notorious. Right next door is the draft. We're talking with Steelers fans. What's up, gents? What's up? What are you guys doing for the draft?
We just came here from across the river, man. We're from Ontario, Canada.
From the Canadian side.
Canadian side, man. We're ready. We're here. We're ready to rip it up.
Ladies, this is a great day or what? All right, who wants swag?
I want swag.
All right. Ladies, what are you down here for? The NFL draft?
NFL draft, yeah. Detroit Lions.
So, who we picking? Going for Gibbs?
Gibbs.
Yeah? Are the Lions going to trade up or down?
Hopefully up.
Next up, arguably the most intimidating jersey in football. Raiders fans, where are you guys from?
Greenville, South Carolina. Transplant.
Nice. What do you guys think of the city of Detroit?
Love it. It's a fantastic city.
I like the hat, my friend.
Thank you.
You familiar with the Gage Cannabis brand?
Yes.
We are now with probably the best blazer here in downtown Detroit. What's your name, my friend?
My name is David.
David, where are you from?
Farmington Hills, but I live in Thailand 8 months a year.
Thailand. It's a big market turning into for cannabis, is it not?
It is unbelievable. Every single corner, it's like a 7-Eleven. It's phenomenal.
Cannabis is still classified as a Schedule 1 drug in the U.S. True or false?
I believe that's true. I believe that's still
Is that not ridiculous?
Shouldn't be.
Right. Fentanyl, 100,000 overdoses last year. It's a Schedule 2 drug, but rescheduling is imminent. What would you like to see, and where would you like to see the cannabis space federally legal within the next little bit, or should it be right now?
I think the state should handle it.
States should handle it? Yeah, and it should create tax revenue to individual states for a business opportunity, right?
Sure.
Cannabis right now is classified as a Schedule 1 drug. True or false?
True.
All right, there we got one T-shirt. That is correct. Okay. Second question. Fentanyl is actually scheduled higher than what cannabis is. True or false? True. And third question is, how much of an asinine stat is that fentanyl is actually Schedule 2 versus cannabis being Schedule 1? I guess there's no true or false question with that. That's just crazy, is it not?
It should be higher than 2.
Cannabis is legalized recreationally here in the state of Michigan.
Correct.
And medicinal is as well. True or false?
Correct.
All right. And Michigan is ranked the second largest state right now in sales in cannabis across the country. True or false?
Think false.
Bet. True.
Colorado was second and California was 1.
California's 1. Michigan obviously is right now number 2. How familiar are you with the cannabis brand Gage Cannabis here in the state of Michigan?
Very familiar.
This is a big state. Adult use is here, so Gage Cannabis on top of your radar, correct?
Yes.
Are you familiar with a lot of brands like Cookies and Gage here in the state of Michigan?
Yes. I know most of them around here. I've been out of here the last year, so I don't know as many of the new ones, but yeah. There's tons of great places. There's tons of great dispensaries, tons of good growers. It's a great place.
Cookies is all over basically Canada as well. Do you find with your age, your generation, your friends, that cannabis consumption is increasing and alcohol is actually going down at all?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah?
100%, man. We all came across here, You had 3 beers tonight, 2 joints, it's keeping us mellow the whole day.
Nice. A lot of people, cannabis consumption. Are you guys familiar with cannabis? And do you see actually the acceptance and brand awareness of cannabis on the rise in comparison to, say, alcohol?
I would.
Yeah?
We see it on the rise.
Do you use cannabis at all?
I do.
Yeah? And is it for medicinal purposes, recreational purposes?
Both.
So we're talking about, look, alcohol consumption, but on the rise is cannabis consumption. There is a stat actually in the U.S. this week that shows 3 out of 5 people believe cannabis consumption is safer than alcohol consumption. Do you think the acceptance level is increasing rapidly amongst cannabis and people understanding it?
Well, if you were to cross-reference that with the Canadian side, there's 7 out of every 10 people there that are ready for the cannabis.
Well,
side.
right now, 3 out of 5 Americans believe that cannabis consumption is safer than alcohol.
It is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I smoke the cannabis.
Yeah, she's an added smoker.
Are you a big believer though? And do you think it's safer if people that do consume it, that cannabis is safer than alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you seeing within the state of Michigan a lot of brand recognition and awareness and acceptance for it?
I am.
You are?
I am.
When you look at just the cannabis as a whole, the acceptance of it, you're in Thailand, you're back here in Michigan, but I'm asking more and more people to push the narrative forward because it seems like it's a lifestyle shift. You know, we look at a lot of different ways since COVID and how we're operating and working and living. But when it comes to actually recreationally, alcohol sales are going down, especially amongst younger generations, and consumption for cannabis is going up. And in fact, there's a lot of people that feel cannabis is actually safer than alcohol. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, much safer. You can much more function on that than you can on alcohol.
Yeah.
There's no question about it, especially if you know the strains you're getting, the milligrams and everything else. Just like with edibles, if you take something too strong and your body can't handle it, you freak out, just like if you drink too much alcohol. Cannabis is a much safer and better product.
Yeah. And do you think one day we see THC beverage cannabis commercials in the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think we'll see commercials of THC beverages? Like, look, this week, Dave Portnoy and Barstool Sports partnered up with a THC beverage. That's the sports media landscape that's growing. Are we going down that road?
Oh yeah, because they're already letting gambling go on inside of stadiums. In gambling, you can fix games. That's not going to affect the game. The other part's going to fix the game. You know, you said, Barstool, MGM Grand, Caesars, they all got sports books online. People are gambling all the time.
So when we look across the street here at the NFL draft and all these big brands that are actually sponsoring it, you think it's only a matter of time before brands like Cookies and Gage are sponsoring these events?
Yeah, the difference is, the only thing is, more states have to legalize it. I think we just got 26 or 27. I can't remember how many states have at least medicinal purposes.
There's about 80% when you combine recreational. Actually, no, even more than 80% recreational, medicinal. But I think I have to get the number out of, I think it's like 29 are recreational.
With the last election, I was in Thailand. I just got back. Because until you get about 40 of the 52 states, I think that's going to be an issue. Because the states that are really against it, Utah and certain other ones, you're going to have a problem.
All right, we're here now with Skylar Brown in marketing for Gage Cannabis. What a day it is here in Detroit here today. I'm liking the cookie sweater.
Appreciate it. Had to rep the swag, had to rep the brand out here.
I got to ask you, are we looking at how much are people understanding and learning about the brands here in Michigan? Because this is a big, big market, second biggest market in the U.S. right now. Are you seeing an increase of customers and awareness of like the Gage brand, obviously the Cookies brand? Like, what are you seeing?
Definitely seeing a higher awareness around everything. Cookies obviously helps bring the brand awareness more because obviously they're everywhere. But Gage, you're starting to see people recognize that Gage is the brand to have cookies out here in Michigan, which obviously helps boost our awareness, get people in stores. That's what we're looking for.
So if you had to compare the Gage brand or even cannabis as a whole within this market from say 12 months ago to now, I have noticed a huge turn in acceptance and people really understanding it more and people starting to feel like it's safer to consume. And you're really starting to see kind of a shift in how people view alcohol. The consumption is still there for alcohol, but there's a shift. Do you agree with that?
I definitely agree. I mean, you can even see, just been walking around here in Detroit today and people are already lighting up. Obviously you got people in the bars and stuff, but alcohol, it's obviously going to be more impairing than weed has ever been. I'm a big advocate for that. Weed, the stigma has been bad forever, and I'd love to change that here in Michigan. And I think deschedulization is the next step, which obviously the country is feeling the same way.
It's crazy to think that we still got to schedule one drug, but news is imminent that rescheduling could happen. I think that'll open up a lot of doors and open up a lot of people's eyes as that gets front page news on rescheduling basically being announced and people become more and more aware of it. But what is the goal here today down at the draft? And it's just to get the message out there?
Definitely just get the message out here. Everybody just come shop at Gage Cookies Lemonade. We got the local stores here in Detroit. We want to just make sure everybody knows we're out here.
What's your number one selling brand here in Michigan?
I would say definitely the Cookies brand.
All right, let's go get some more swag away, all right?
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
Well, listen, you guys enjoy the rest of your day and support those Gage Cannabis hats. Gage, number one, right? Well, listen, ladies, enjoy the rest of your day, all right? Thank you. Go Raiders, best of luck, and enjoy your stay in Detroit. Listen, enjoy your day. There's no better time than Detroit in the month of April. It's like, got these gray days, and now you got the draft.
Like yesterday was terrible. I played golf, but today's beautiful. It's Detroit, 30 degrees yesterday, 60 today,
There you go. Well, appreciate your time. All right, so there you have it. Downtown Detroit for the NFL draft. We spoke to a lot of people here today to find out what they think on consumption of cannabis, the brands. Is it on the rise? I think it's, relatively moving in the right direction. Next stop, one can only fathom in a couple years that we have some of these brands associated with the NFL. Hopefully they change their stance on the way, the players have actually verbalized and said that they need this. Maybe the league does do a different stance on all this, but one can only imagine that follow this space that we see cannabis as a major sponsor here at the NFL draft. Well, guess what? The Bears are on the clock. The first pick's coming in. So make sure to check us all out. Leave some comments below. Let us know what you think. What do you think the whole industry is going to go? Do we see consumption lounges? What do you think of the cannabis industry? Is it healthy? I think it is based on the response here today. In the meantime, thanks for checking us out here today. Make sure to log on next week for our latest Traded Black podcast. Take care, everyone.
That was interesting. Good feedback, to say the least, but we want to hear from you. Make sure to smash that like button and leave lots of comments, because the more interaction that we have, the greater chance this video has for going viral. And if this goes viral, and like I said, our industry gets our day in the sun. As well, what companies do you want us to cover? Leave comments below, and we'd love to hear from you, because we wouldn't be here without you. So make sure to subscribe, everyone. And again, thanks for watching.